Hi, sweet friends, welcome back. Today we are jumping straight into decorating our living room for Christmas. If you are new, hello, my name is Amy. I'm glad you're stopping by and I hope that you enjoy your time here. This is how the room looks this morning before we get started. I've cleared away most of the decor, leaving me with a bare canvas. First things first, I like to pull up a vintage TV artwork from YouTube and display on our TV to set the tone for the whole room. You'll see this will change throughout today's video because there are so many great options to choose from. I'm also going to grab and set up our Christmas tree and get all the heavy lifting out of the way. I'll be doing all the fluffing and decorating later in the video, so definitely stick around. New for this year, I'm excited to bring in this gorgeous tree collar from the Studio McGee line at Target. I love the scallop basket look, which I think complements the shade of our floor lamp beautifully. So if you missed it, this is the third video in my Christmas decorating series. We've already decorated our breakfast nook, which includes our hot cocoa bar station coffee bar area. Then we finished up last time in the rest of our kitchen. So if you did happen to miss them, I'll go ahead and have the entire Christmas decorating playlist linked down below. If you've been enjoying the Christmas series so far, I'd appreciate a big thumbs up. And if you like what you see today and haven't already, I'd love if you would consider subscribing. I still have lots of fun Christmas decorating planned. We still have our entryway and front porch, our dining room and bedroom. Plus, for Christmas, I like to go all out. And so I'll also be sharing our home office and bathrooms. So if that sounds like something that you would enjoy watching, definitely make sure you are subscribed and that you have your notification bell on and have selected all so that you won't miss out. I'm so excited. This is the first time that I get to decorate this cabinet for Christmas. We bought this just after the new year, so it's almost a year old. I'm adding several Christmas decor pieces within groups of one or two, combining different textures, heights of objects, all while trying to crisscross colors for a balanced and visually appealing look. Now, you know we've shopped many of my favorite decor stores to see what was new for Christmas, but one store that I didn't share and one that I think is worth checking out is Kohl's. I got these book boxes there and I think they are adorable. They're very unique and great for shelf styling, plus they even have storage. If I haven't mentioned already, I will have the links to many of the decor items that I've used or similar ones for your convenience linked down below. As I finish up with the decor here in the cabinet, I did want to mention these Norfolk stems. They came in a huge bag from Amazon, and they are great for popping in a vase or even scattering them beneath decor pieces. I have 4 here in this antique looking vessel that came from Hobby Lobby, so a little bit of them really goes a long way. For now, I'm not going to be adding any decor on top of the cabinet. I don't want it to get too cluttered looking with all the visual impact of the Christmas tree plus the garland on the mantle. So in this case, I think sometimes less is more for better attention to the focal point, which is typically the tree. This year for Christmas in this room, I really want a vintage, classic, traditional feel. So instead of a bright red, I was drawn to this gorgeous rust red like seen here in this pillow cover, which to me has a very cozy vintage feel. And it doesn't scream Christmas, but you get the feeling of it. You'll see I like to mix and match different colors, patterns, and textures through a multitude of different pillow covers to achieve a more collected look. I also like to follow the decorating rule of grouping items in odd numbers, preferably in a group of 3. So to keep that in mind, for this arrangement, I added that gorgeous fluted detail vase filled with a stem variety of Norfolk pine and pine cones, this scallop candle tray and mulled spice scented candle from last year, and this cute flock deer. For the mirror, I'm using half of the garland that I weaved within our kitchen island chandelier. Also, in years past, which hasn't failed me yet, I simply take some of the pine branches and slip them behind the mirror without any hooks or anything to secure it nicely in place. Now, you may remember these candles from my Christmas decor haul that I shared with you. I think they are so different and such an awesome find from the store at home. I'm going to quickly get them in place on the sconces on each side of the mirror and see how they look. On the console table below and in front of the mirror, I always like to layer some form of artwork in front of the mirror. For Christmas, I found this vintage Christmas print from Amazon, which I'm placing inside this old frame. You'll see I'm keeping all the seasonal prints that I've used in this frame behind this one, so when the time comes, they're easy to switch out. I like to first use some mounting putty in the corners and then secure it further with some painter's tape. To balance the other side and ground the arrangement, I'm adding a large coffee table book. Atop it, I'm setting these gorgeous ceramic bells that I found from Kirkland's last year. Then for some added texture, I'll add that same Norfolk pine between and around the bells so that they appear nestled within the greenery. I know I have mentioned this in the past, but one of my favorite ways to refresh a sofa seasonally is to simply change out your pillows. First, I found these dark emerald teddy blue clay ones from Home Goods and paired it with a small plaid pillow that was actually from the fall collection at Hobby Lobby. So definitely try to think outside of the box for Christmas decor. These pillows were actually on sale because they were clearanced out, but still they work perfectly for the Christmas season. On the other side, I'm adding a cozy throw blanket, this super soft brown pillow cover, and a matching pillow cover to the one on the chair on the opposite side of the room. One way I like to keep things looking fresh and new is rotating my decor from room to room. Last Christmas, you may remember, I used these same trees and deer displayed on shelves over our coffee bar. So for this year, placing them in our living room on the end table instantly brings a new fresh look. Now to decorate the coffee table. Just a heads up, I do change this up a little bit later in today's video, and you will see why. But first, I'm adding this antique looking vessel, and I'm going to fill it with a couple of matching Norfolk branches, the same ones that I have over next to our armchair. Then I'm bringing in yet another coffee table book, but this one is Christmas inspired with lots of beautiful images to page through. Then I'm adding this small wooden piece that I'm filling with some chocolates. And down in that corner, you see my cute little problem. Nyla was really eyeballing and sniffing these out, and so I definitely don't want her to sneak in here and get some of this chocolate and possibly get sick. So no worries, I moved this to a different location and I kept my eye closely on her. Now to finish up the coffee table decor, I am going to add these candlesticks that are a dupe for some Pottery Barn ones that are a lot lower in cost. And then I'll add some emerald green taper candles that I secure with some of that blue mounting putty. As we burn them this season, they're going to get shorter, and I think that's actually going to look much better. Alright, so it's actually the next day. Christmas decorating just takes a lot of time. So friends, don't get down on yourselves if you can't get done everything you want to in one day, because I sure can't. Already this morning I've been looking at the decor and I want to make some changes, so we'll do that first. And then we're going to tackle the Christmas tree and hang the garland on the mantle. So we got lots still to do. Let's get started. So first things first, like I mentioned before, let's move those chocolates. I thought a better place would be here in front of the Christmas artwork. And since the wood of the console and the dish are the exact same color tone, I'm adding a mirrored tray underneath to create separation. But funny thing is, I've already made a slight change. So anything that does change after we decorate the space together, you will get to see the complete finished look in my Christmas 2024 home tour. Now to finish up the coffee table, you'll be happy to see that I'm bringing in both the standing and lying down version of the flock deer from Hobby Lobby. Next, I want to switch out the wall art above our swivel chair, so I'm grabbing my trusty basket of decorating goodies that I mentioned in my previous video, and 3 awesome vintage-inspired wall art pieces from Target, plus a DIY to create a mini gallery wall. To attach them to the wall, I'm going to use one of the existing nails, while the other ones I'll use Velcro command strips to get the spacing that I want. What I was really wanting to complement this set was the tree wall art from Target that is arched, but I could not find it anywhere. So what I did was take an Etsy download. It's a vintage music sheet of Away in a Manger. I printed it out on some plain paper and framed it in this gold frame and embellished it just a bit with some greenery and a red bow. Now we can move on to our mantle, and from my basket, I'm grabbing some command hooks that have a metal swivel hook. And these are great for attaching your garland and keeping it in place and secure. And personally, I think it's best if you clean the surface that you're going to attach them with just a vacuum and don't use any liquid cleaner, because sometimes this can actually cause the command strips to not adhere. I'm going to be using two types of garland. The first one is a beautiful cedar garland from Hobby Lobby, and then the other I'll be using on top is a garland that I got from Amazon. I like to use the loop on the end to secure to the hook, and then I will fashion a loop where I need it from either a twist tie or a floral wire. For the top garland, I'm doubling it over and have already wired it together in a few places to fill in the swoop, yet to still lay flat on the surface of the mantle. Again, I'm using the same hooks to secure it down. Then I like to combine the two garlands by pulling pieces from one garland into the other, fluffing as I go, working throughout to fill any gaps. Next is time to add some lights. I went with these cluster lights that I found from Amazon. This set is a 400 LED warm white 20-foot string of lights. I like that you can connect 3 sets if you need to, and it has 8 modes and easy to install. So you can choose from different lighting modes. So there's steady on, slow fade, in waves, slow glow, chasing or flash, and lots of different combinations. And because it's on a dark green wire, it really blends into your greenery. In addition to the cluster lights, on top I'm adding these globe fairy lights for some added interest. This year at Walmart, I found the shatterproof mercury ball garland, and I knew I wanted to use it on the mantle. I'm using 2 different strands to create a swoop at the bottom of the garland. Then I'm going to embellish the garland by placing some flocked ornaments from Hobby Lobby as well as some picks for some added interest and detail. The only thing left to do here on the mantle is to add the stockings, which I embellished by adding a simple bow and a thicker rust red velvet ribbon. Now, to get that stair-step look that I'm going after, I just added some additional floral wire to the hook. After fluffing the tree branch by branch, you'll see I'm going to add some additional lights to the pre-lit tree. So for a more magical glow, as well as to coordinate the two together, I'm also adding those same cluster lights, just a larger set of them. I like to place my lights on the tree in a zigzag pattern, going up the tree and then back down, instead of going round and round getting dizzy. Also, make sure that you put some of the lights inside of the tree near the trunk while you bring some of the lights forward. This is going to give you a very dimensional, even look to your tree. Many of the ornaments I'm adding this year will bring a sense of nostalgia. The crosses have been with Scott and I since our first Christmas, and these yearly ornaments have been fun to collect over the years. Along with all of the old ornaments, I'm also adding these new ones. They're the flocked baubles in beautiful shades of cream, tan, and brown. I absolutely love how this year's Christmas tree turned out. I think it really lends towards a cozy vintage feel, and that was exactly what I was going for. If you're looking for even more decorating for Christmas for your living rooms, I'll go ahead and link last year's because it was a different look, which you may enjoy, so you can go and check that out. We have one last area to decorate before we wrap things up, and that is the wall here behind our love seat. I'm adding this beautiful vintage style canvas print that my sweet hubby Scott came to the rescue, handy as he is, corrected my mistake for the frame which I ordered too large. I'll link both, but just know the artwork needs to be 3 inches bigger than the frame. Then I'm going to add a garland above, but really it's only because I have monkey hooks in those spaces, and without it, you're going to notice those nail holes. So sometimes you just work in an element like this garland to enhance the design, or maybe it's to hide something behind it, like in my case. I hope you've enjoyed today's Christmas decorating here in our living room. I'd love to hear what you thought. And before we end our time together, I'd love to share a daily Bible verse with you. Today I'll be reading from Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you not only look to his own interest, but also to the interest of others. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back next time. Take care and God bless, friends. Bye, and Merry Christmas!